Hello everybody, and welcome back. I'm Count Christo, thank you for joining me. We are recording, we're live, amazing. We're back with some Aurora 4X. Should be fun. Let's get to it. So, it's been a couple of days, so allow me to refamiliarize myself. In the last episode, we were in the process of assembling our mighty navy. We have Strike Force Alpha, should be looking... No, Strike Force Alpha is deployed right now. I remember. Strike Force Alpha is deployed, but Strike Force Beta is getting bigger, and the Earth shipyards have a bunch of stuff too. We are running out of ammunition to fill them, but that's fine. We're making more. We just invented a new missile. Actually, I'm going to leave this open and put it over here. Good. We invented a new missile, which I imagine we're making. We're making the Ada anti-ship missile right now. Are we still inventing the new missile? No. Did I already make myself a big stockpile of it? No. Also, these dying sun anti-ship missiles. Let's scrap ordnance, because we should get some minerals from that. Why are we not making the new missile? Did I already assign it to ships? And like I said, it's been a few days, so allow me rather to refamiliarize with the situation and re-expand everything. Oh yes, and I have that auto hotkey script working now, so if I had to do something really repetitive, I can get auto hotkey to do it for me, which is fun. Yeah, so the Baal class should have Guillotine Mark IIs, but we have invented Guillotine Mark IIIs, which I spelt wrong, apparently. Guillotine Mark III. Maybe I spelled it wrong the first time, but hey, we've got a standard spelling now. Oh, I see there's two L's? Alright, there's two L's. Two L's and guillotine. Nope, I put a K in there. Okay. We'll delete the Mark. The Mark II is obsolete. Well, I won't obsolete it yet. So this is the one I wanted, right? This is the one with ECM. No? Without ECM. Shorter range? Why is 3 worse than 2? It's got shorter range. Sorry, shorter speed. Oh no, end M is range, isn't it? Sorry, here we go. Here's the ranges. Yeah, much more range. And we didn't go with ECM in the end, it looks like. I thought we went with ECM. Am I crazy on that? No, we did go. Oh, no, right. We went with anti-ECM. Okay. Anti... Right. ECM was what I actually wanted to put on the missile. Do I want to reinvent it? What does anti-ECM even do on a missile? Aurora 4X EECM. ECM on ships and missiles. Hello, Christo. Hello, Aurora Forums. EECM on a missile. It counters the bonus dodge that ECM it gives a ship. Okay. An ECM on a missile means the attacking thing has to be closer. It hinders the ability to achieve a target lock. Okay. So we could put ECM on it as well, which would slow it down further. I think we're not going to on this version. We're going to go with this for now. Now, we detected a hostile contact in Hydri. Really quite close in, which to me says that's probably where their gate is, because we should have detected them further out. Thermal M8. Wait, is their thermal signature 8? Surely not. Give me the Dark Eldar Galactica. Yeah, thermal signature 174. Alright. Well, the Comet Chums are here. And they have ammunition and they have fuel. So, move on that target. They are 3 hours away. Let's intercept. We have them better. Thermal M8. What does M8 mean? I don't know. That was a short tick. Hopefully not because it's shooting at me. We'll get in nice and close to it. It's not moving, interestingly. Could be a trap. Unlikely. Still not moving. Alright, well. We're going to keep this real simple. Give them... They're upgrading how you assign stuff to fire controls in the next update, by the way, which is so cool. It's going to make it much easier. Open fire. And... cease moving. Give me a volley. Launch successful. Let's give it a minute to impact. Should be a one-hit kill. Nice, easy battle against the Dark Eldar. Boom. Target not destroyed. Okay. It shot down 4 of them. Wow, I got 9 hits. Sorry, 11 hits. And no kill. Huh. Alright. Well, just... reload then. Oh no, they've already reloaded, because these are the fast reloading ones. Open fire then. Not firing. Because I selected the wrong one. They do need to reload. Okay. That's fine though. Should launch now. There we go. Ceasefire. Should be an easy kill. And they jumped away. Damn. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's yeah, it's kind of concerning that their jump point is so close to the comet. It's a good point. Good thing we've identified it now, though. But that's, yeah, it's very much on the route between Sol and Aquarii and Lac Isle. That's troubling. Are there a bunch of civilians like going back and forth here? No. I should look, because in Sol, there's God almighty numbers of civilians. But where are they going? Like, are they all bouncing around in base telescopy? Some of them, but way less. Are they bouncing around in Lac Isle? No. And they're definitely not bouncing around in microscopy. Oh, a couple, actually. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's review some other situations. We've got mines, the anti-Eldar. These are the new anti-Eldar. Wait. Are these the new anti-Eldar ECMs? No. Stop making those. I think I just misclicked when I was trying to make a bunch of my new missiles. Damn. Alright, well, it's the Mark... These new ones we want. So give me kind of 800 of them. That shouldn't take long, right? Yeah, it's till August. And then start on the guillotine at Mark 3s. And how many do we need again? We were going to have something like... What was it? 12? And they're each shooting volleys of 35 these days, right? Is that right? 40. I think we were going to have 12 cruisers. So a one volley is 480 missiles. I mean, that's a lot of missiles. We're going to have to... This is going to be really expensive. But if we can kill them, then it's, you know, it's back to growth. So you guys need as many as possible guillotine Mark 3s. So it's 394 that we're carrying per ship. So we need 5,000 just to fill them. Wow, that's a lot. And the coilers. Right, these are exactly the same, right? No, this one's faster. Okay. Well, I think we need to do... We need to be a bit more precise on our coilers. So I am kind of happy with this speed, honestly. So yeah, just obviously this class. And then Bosworth Field, copy class, update armor, select name. We're naming these after battles, clearly. Let's call this one the Battle of Culloden. I know that one. And then we're going to make sure this all looks right to us, which I think it does. Yeah. Carrying 4,000, decent speed. Is this the right drive to have on this bad boy? It is magnetic fusion. Yeah, this seems right. Okay, so now the new Bosworth Field, you're obsolete. So now we have the Culloden, and then we have some others. So we have the... This is the Culloden anti-ship missile. And this is the Culloden. Oops. Anti-Dark Eldar anti-ship missile. Oh, we don't need this one, actually. Okay, so then the Anti-Dark Eldar anti-ship missile gets assigned, you know, the new Anti-Dark Eldar missile. As many as it can hold. And the anti-ship missile one gets all these guillotines. Okay, good. And now we can have both active Culloden. Did I say Culloden? I think it's Culloden. And we can then we can know, you know, we have some ships that will be automatically always designated for that, and some ships that will be always automatically designated for the other. Seems good. So Bosworth Field shipyards, I'm going to need you to retool to the Culloden, and of course we'll be able to switch between them, no problem. So we'll have them fit to the basic anti-ship missile class. It's going to take, yeah, just like a couple of ticks. Let's go ahead here. Oh, new detection in Sol. Okay. Well, they're going to live to regret that. And that, yeah, again, appearing around that waypoint. I should rename that waypoint. Named waypoint. Yeah. Web. Way gates. We'll delete this one. Okay, Sol, do you have any... Soul Guardians. Here we go. Yep, just one Soul Guardian. Move out to that contact, please. 18 hours away. Comet chums are back home, that's fine. Whoa! Okay, Soul Guardians came out to the jump point to get that. And they're moving in, which means they're not going to be able to run. 8 hours required. Have them on actives. 2 hours away. Moving in, 1 hour away. We're going 20 minutes here. We have them on range, very much in range. Have they sped up a bit? Yeah, they might have sped up a bit. Dark Eldar, highest observed speed. Okay, they're going 30 higher than the current marked highest observed speed. And then ship combat, Soul Guardians. You know what? Auto-assign fire control. Give them a full volley. Open fire all. Cease moving. Give me a 5 seconds. Launch. Ship combat. Ceasefire. These are old missiles, so I'm not concerned about overusing them. Should have no problem. Impact. Target destroyed. Good work, Soul Guardians. Back to Earth. Refuel, resupply, load ordnance. We're going to keep using the old missiles for now, because there's no real reason not to. I don't think we need to. We're in desperate hurry to upgrade or anything. Soul Guardians at home. Good. Okay, now let's take a look at some other industry stuff. Got some available workers on Earth. Not a huge number, but plenty for now. Alma is using everything it can. Skippy is using everything it can. Lacus is using everything it can, but it's not scaling its construction because it doesn't have Newtonium. Yeah. Is there any Newtonium here? Yeah, but it's just very, very inaccessible. I know this one has super low accessibility on almost everything. That really does suck, but the fact that it's just so self-sustaining is appealing to me. Okay, and then DX Kansari, this is the one where we're trying to... the DX races are based here. Right. Okay. Good. Anything else I should be concerned with? No, I mean, it's basically... We make these missiles, and we make... You know, we try and make like 6,000 of these. How much is that going to cost me? Like, a lot. Where is it? Ordnance. Yeah, 57,000 Gallicite. I mean, that's not as bad as it could be, to be honest. It could cost us a lot more than that. I've had bigger bills on the Gallicite front. Now, wasn't there something else we were going to do? Unrest is rising on Sol? Oh no, on Skippy. Okay. Yeah, Skippy is concerned. Didn't I have... Right, the Skippy watchers are going there. Oh, but my guys have arrived at Skippy, and it's still rising? Because they were escorting Terraforming 1 back. Yeah. That's inconvenient. Do I have any other spare anti-Dark Eldars? I don't. I suppose that tells me I should build some new anti-dark Eldars. But I don't think I want to, right? Because the anti-dark Eldar Mark III... Wasn't there another research coming in? There's the fire control rating. Did I just get the other techs I wanted for fire controls? Because I was going to invent a new fire control, which I don't think I've done yet. Let's have a look. Let's do a comparison. So let's say we want to make an active sensor for an 8,000 ton enemy ship. There we go. And this one, resolution 160, size 125 tons, has a range of 108. That's the same. So I guess I haven't upgraded my fire control yet. I mean, I guess I have already upgraded my fire control, or was I planning on waiting for this? I might have been. I might have been. But I thought there was 2 fire control techs I was waiting for. When am I... Because my ships are being done in the 44. How long will it take you to build these guillotines? Also 44. So yeah, we're not going to wait for the new fire control techs. I swear I wanted to upgrade the fire controls somehow. One thing we should also consider is the anti-dark... Well, let me check the anti-dark Eldar. Maybe that's the one I haven't upgraded. That's... It's 500 tons. Wow. That's big. And obviously the resolution is 800. Right? Resolution 16. Yeah. Okay, so that has a much greater range. So I must have upgraded... one of them and not the other. Well, this would be good because we could save some size. I could save myself a lot. Like we could go with the same range and save myself 300 and something tons. And this is just the sensor. This doesn't even need the fire control tech. Prototype that. And then the thing I'm thinking about this search sensor, this is well, let's just put the actual... This is an 800 ton active search sensor. Did I say T lower T? Yeah. Isn't T lowercase and T uppercase something to do with metric and imperial? Like the metric ton is uppercase. Also, no, metric ton is lowercase. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're gonna go with lowercase T. I'm tempted to put one of these on the cruisers. As well. It's only 118 tons. Anyway, we also need a new fire control for an 800 ton missile fire control, which will be smaller still. Yeah, 45 tons compared to what we're using previously. Missile fire control. I know I can't modify it. I don't want to modify it. Just select the thing. Missile fire control, anti-dark Eldar. 12 million range. Yeah. Like we can make this thing titchy. Seems good. Prototype that. Let's copy this class. Rename. Anti-dark Eldar. Mark 4. Take off the sensor. Take off that. Show me prototypes. Give me the 800 ton prototype there. And this one. I'm just checking. It's just strictly better. Yeah, there's no downside or anything. No, good. Yeah, so significantly longer range. And much better range against slightly larger objects as well. That's good. Double the range against really small objects. Okay, cool. And then, I think I want 2 of them. Like, how much smaller did we just make it? It's the same size. But they're only 5 tons. Put 3 on. That way I can really easily fire 1/3, 2/3, or all of my missiles, even with auto assign. Good. And we've still saved a bunch of size because the active search sensor is so much smaller. So what should I put on to kind of make up for that? I could make them even faster, so they could really zip around. I don't think I need to do that. Let's just make their maintenance life even better. Why has it got 16 fighter maintenance storage bays? That can't have been efficient. Give me another... Can we fit another large one on? Well, we'd rather have more engineering spaces, actually. Oh no, there was a ratio, wasn't there? It was like 6:4 or something? Or 8:6 in terms of tonnage. It was something like that. I can't remember now. But that was for the maximum time in the field. Right now we're just going for, you know, the right size because the maintenance life's already plenty. I can actually raise this deployment time a bit. Let's go to 50. What do we want to go to? Sorry, 64. Right? 10, 18. Yeah, 64. Let's do that. And then take a few more off here. Good. Can we go up to 4 armor? No. So I guess we are going to have to add quite a few small things on it. Give me a small maintenance storage base. Good. And then a fighters. Good. Okay. Seems good. Yeah, longer maintenance life. Longer deployment time. Yeah, seems strictly better, honestly. Better range. Yeah, good. More coherent naming conventions, because they're not just anti-Dark Eldar, they're also anti-fighter sensors. And then the BAL. If I rename this, this is really the BAL Mark III 2, I would say. So we really can't. I'm going to check again, because I feel not convinced that I can't make a better sensor than this. This is a 300-ton sensor. Wait, didn't I say 250 last time? That might have been my mistake. This is a 300-ton sensor. 2.7 million kilometers. Oh, this is the this is the anti-missile sensor. All right, well, we should be checking that as well. So it's obviously minimum resolution. 300-ton. 31 million. No, that is right. 300-ton, 300-ton. Costs the same. Okay, so then the 8,000... So have a look at that. Sensor size here is 250. No, 125. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Okay, fine. No prob. So now the question, there's two questions. One, I want to put some more missile fire controls on these so they can shoot partially, but only if it's no big loss. Missile fire control. This one. Well, first off, we need one of these, which is only a 5-ton edition. So lets us shoot at small stuff. So add 4 of them. That way we can shoot at 4 small things per ship. And then I think I want... The range on these is excessive, now I look at it. This missile fire control is too big. Why do we have a 115 million kilometer range when we're only shooting at targets 50 million away? Well, okay, because we also want these ships to be able to kill the precursors. Fine. That's fine then. Okay, so we just have to save 22 tons on maintenance, basically. So I'll just add that back in on smaller stuff. Small, and then tiny. Nice. Okay, so the difference is the maintenance life is a tiny bit shorter, but now it can shoot at fighters and Dark Eldar much more easily. Yeah, and its missiles do defeat fighters and Dark Eldar. We've established that. Good. Okay, fine. And it has the guillotines assigned. You are now an obsolete class. We'll just refit to this. And I'm pretty sure, if I go and check, we won't have to worry about rejigging anything. You can just construct a Mark II too. Yeah, okay, good. So cruiser yards, start auto refitting. Bal. Well, how much does a Bal Mark II to one of these cost? 6,000. And a new one costs 7,000. How bad are the Bal Mark IIs? Oops, wrong check. I don't think the Bal Mark IIs are bad. Are they? No, their maintenance life is fine. What is the difference? They have fewer missile launchers. Oh, these are just the old... This is the full old ones. Okay, okay. I forgot we didn't go up. These shouldn't really be Bals. Should they? They should have a new name, really, because it was like a big change. But that's okay. Yeah, we're not going to refit the Bal Mark IIs, but the Bal Mark IIIs... Auto refit Bal Mark IIIs to Bal Mark III IIs should cost almost nothing. Yeah. Cannot be refitted to a class that contains prototype components. Good point! Good point, game. So the electronic countermeasures. Scrap that. Get me these things. Shouldn't take long, right? Well, that is actually taking a while. Till April. Rather, that was faster. Who can spare some labs? Thermal sensitivity can. Well, you're just training. We got any other sensor control guys? Yeah, we got 10. Okay, slow down. Advanced cargo shuttles is not a high priority. Okay, so 10 of you do this. Well, actually, no, 30 of you do this. Bang. And now it only takes till October. And then when you're done, we'll throw on the next one. Good. Colonial 1 has completed its orders. Excellent. Anything I want to move around. Titan is at 2.3. Ganymede's at 3. Io's lower. They're looking pretty good. Anywhere with a low growth rate? Not really. Luna, are you still providing colonists? 'Cause if so, you should stop. Yeah, stop that. I don't want the population on Luna to get any smaller. Because we have a financial worker shortage. Okay. I think Colonial 1 can kind of just sit and chill for a minute. Let's keep things rolling here. Should clean up that wreck. The Culloden class retool is done. Do me an auto refit. Bodworth to Culloden anti-ship missile. We only have 2 of them. And then build me an anti-Dark Eldar Culloden. Good. Where are my other coilers? They might be out. Okay, there's the anti-Dark Eldar ship missile. New stuff updated. Good. I'm going to keep using the old ones until they're done. Those are short increments. I wonder what the AI is up to. They won't be up to nothing soon. Bosworth Fields has been refit. Good. Give me another coiler actually. Just yeah, give me an anti-ship missile and an anti-Dark Eldar. Just so we have, you know, some backups. Backups are good. Okay, so yeah, we'll need to yoink up that wreck. Actually, I think the bin men are inactive right now. Next time the ticking stops, I will send the bin men to go and salvage that. It's risky, because obviously they're quite close to the webway gate. Troop transport's finished its orders. Good. Bin men, if you could salvage that wreck. And then come back to Earth. That'd be grand. Troop transport was what? Sending more troops to Microscopy? So they chilled out, I think. Fair enough. Makes sense. Okay. Dion's had low fuel for a moment there. Those are the terraformers. Are they nearly home? No, they've still got 70 days to go. They're going past Earth, though. They're here right now. They're doing a jump to Earth. Okay, well, I'll just add in a refuel at Earth, then. They're going to Beta Telescopy Moon 2. So, while you're at Earth, refuel, resupply. Oh, they already had that order. Never mind. Moon 2. Oh yeah, so Moon 2, somewhere I was trying to terraform had too high gravity. What's the gravity here? It's on summary. 1.4, yeah. Where was I trying to terraform that had too high gravity? It was one of them that confused me. It's 1.1, 0.95, 0.33, 0.38. It's not this one. There we go. 2.31. I think that's the number that was mentioned. So that's why this is NA, I think. It's not because it's Vesuvian. It's because the gravity is outside the acceptable range. Because only up to 1.9 is livable. So this is never going to be livable, which is a tragedy. But we'll just have to get a bunch of auto mines on it, basically. Bin men have done their orders. Wow, they didn't even recover anything? Oh no, they did. One auxiliary control. Not that useful. And yes, the Aegeans are all running out. But I think they may make it. We'll see. There's the successful research into the sensor. Get me the next one up. And just do it with everyone for now. And then we don't have anyone researching terraforming right now. That's no good. What can I afford to slow down? Perhaps shipyard operations? Because this is important. You know, terraforming is how we get more people. It's important. Where do you go? Terraforming, right? Good. Assign you to that as well. So we're just hoping that they get home. If they don't, I'll deal with it. It doesn't look like that's going to be shorter, but... yeah, it's going to, you know, remind me every time. Terraforming. Movement orders. Yeah, they're still jumping to Earth. Okay. Oh, they're going that way. Okay. Oh, these lines. I think these lines are just confusing. Their line is this one. It looked like the terraforming guys had already turned around, but they haven't. They're just very slowly heading home. And yeah, the anti-Dark Eldar that are escorting them is also a bit low on fuel. Alright, there's the research is done. So start those auto refits. From the Bal Mark 3 to the Bal Mark 3 2s. Good. And you can do the same thing here. Bal Mark 3s, Bal Mark 3 2s. No, none left? Okay. Fine. Anything else I want to do here? I don't think so. Refits won't take long. New ships coming in. Seems pretty good. Oh, I didn't reassign the science. My bad. And yeah, refit done almost immediately. Just checking there's no others available. No. Do I want to bother doing it on the flag as well, actually? Now I think about it. I should, really, shouldn't I? So, the anti-Dark Eldar search sensor is now obsolete. And the missile fire control. Sorry, the missile fire control. Well, you don't have missile fire control, so it doesn't really matter. But I should also obsolete it. Missile fire control. The anti-Dark Eldar missile fire control is now obsolete. Okay, so you want a 800-ton search sensor. Right, of course, gonna have to copy you up, rename. You are now the MK3-2. Take that off, add that on. And now we've got 400 tons to play with. It's a very nice upgrade, that. I didn't check the beam fire control, did I? I should check that. Make sure. Beam fire control. We're going for 25 tracking speed. What's the range on this thing? One tick up, right? 125 tons? Yep, those match. Good. Okay, so we've got a bit of extra space on here. 400 tons, is that enough for another layer? It is. Good. Okay, fine, we'll do that then. And then throw on some small engineering spaces. One small engineering space. Tiny. Nope. And some fighter. And then... sure, fighter fuel storage. Good, and now if I look... and this one, by the way, is obsolete. if I go and look, and let's just refresh this page to make sure it's done. Don't know if you need to do that, but here, if I want to construct, I construct a bar mark 3 and a bar mark 3 too. Why can I still construct a flag bar mark 3, even though it's obsolete? Probably because it's retooled to that. But retooling to the bar flag mark 3 2 is going to cost nothing. Although, it's possible this makes it such that it can't make the other one. Seems unlikely though, right? But you know what? Let's just check. Save. When it's done saving, I will pull the data into the ship optimizer, and we can just see from there. Seems good. Ship planner, import. Yes, 1.32 can be refit to that. 1.3. Flag. Yeah, so you can build. Okay, so if you tool for the flag, we can build the other two. Don't close that. So yes, let's do that retool. They're not doing anything else anyway. Flag mark 2, retool, go for it. Good, and yes, inactive labs on Earth. The jump size is useful, as is the shipyard operations. Good. Press on. See if the terraformings make it home. And yeah, it really doesn't matter if they don't, but yeah, they didn't. And the retooling is done, which means I should now be able to auto refit bar flag 2 very cheaply. And are there any more 3s? No, that's the 3 2. Okay, good. Yeah. We've got some fuel issues. So where's my tankers? Do I not have assigned itinerant tankers? I thought I did. I thought I had a fuel command that I'd set up. Looks like no, though. Okay. What are we using for tankers right now? Gibraltars, that's right. Attach some Gibraltars. And yeah, move them up onto supplies and ammo commands. And rename this. This is a Gibraltar tanker fleet. You could refuel at Earth and then move to... Why did no other fleets appear? Ah, yes, there they are. And then move to Terraforming 1. Join and refuel target fleet. Good. Seems good. And yes, save. Insufficient stuff to do their orders, but that's okay, because the terraformers will be with them soon. Alright, and at our 1... Where are they? Who are these? These are Alma observers, right? No? Moonmen? The Skiffy Watchers. The Skiffy Watchers, okay. So the Skiffy Watchers actually... Oh, they didn't even make it into the system. Whoops. Alright, terraforming. Have you been topped off? Yes. Yes, the terraformers are now all completely full. Okay, so terraformers. I need to attach the Aegeans again from this massive list of fleets, of ships rather. I'm going to refresh this screen so I can see the Gibraltars. There they are. Right, but I don't need to expect the fleet for that. Jesus Christ, it's like there's hundreds of ships in this fleet. You two get attached. Move into Hydri, which is where the... No, who are we looking for? The Skippy Watchers. Where are they? Go back under here. Rename yourself again to... just Fuel Fleet will do. And then, yeah, where the heck did the Skippy Watchers end up? They're in AD Leonis. Okay. So... What can I collapse? I don't need to see here. The stabilization ships. The whole survey thing right now I'm not using. Fuel Fleet. Move to Hydri. Move to... Easy Aquari. Where did I say they were? It's AD Leonis. Yeah. Move to AD Leonis. When you say, yeah, refuel from own tankers, that should mean you refuel them without joining the fleet, right? To me, that's what that means. Let's see if that's what it does. So the Skippy watchers didn't even get close. They were miles away. Ada 01 has run out of fuel. They're in the Skippy watches though, right? Yeah, yeah. Right, we've refit to that. And Terraforming 1 is heading back to work. And so they should rejoin it about now. Yeah. Completed audit. So now if we go to the Skippy watches, and we go another tick, they should refuel. But they haven't. Refuel from own tankers. So that should mean using your own tankers, refuel that fleet, right? That's what that would mean to me. Maybe you can't refuel outside your own fleet. Aurora 4X, refuel without joining fleet. Refuel, resupply without joining fleets. I have a similar, so I have 6 survey fleets, so I thought the only way I've done it is to join the fleet. When the tanker arrives at your fleet, have your stationary fleet use the order refuel from stationary tanker. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Skippy watches, fuel fleet, refuel from stationary tankers. Done. Fully refueled. Good work. Go back to microscopy, refuel, and then you're in place and ready. Meanwhile, fuel fleet, come on home, refuel. Good, good, good. That's how you do it. You don't do it with the tankers. You do it with the stationary fleet. Sounds good. And the Skippies watchers are immediately back to Skippy because they're extremely fast. And soon the terraformers shall arrive. Ha! Yes, very soon indeed. Excellent. With their 0.5 atmospheres of terraforming capabilities, they shall turn this beautiful 5 accessibility thing, even if a bunch of it is tied up in thorium, carbonite, and duranium. Which is not great, but still. I know this is really low. People were saying in the comments, like, don't get excited about 0.1. I'm not that excited, but 30 million. You know. We're going to be here for a long time. Okay, so we're adding gas to the atmosphere. Oxygen. Governor should now be terraforming at mining, and get max priority. I gave him a 30% one. What if I say terraforming? Now it's giving him a 25% one. Pourquoi? It's given Moon 13 a good one. Why is it giving it to you? Maybe I should do this first, actually, because it'll be so much faster. But hang on, there's nothing here, right? Yeah. But there's capacity for a whole bunch of people. No. Well, yeah. Yeah, let's terraform that one real quick. Because it'll take a very short period of time. And you, meanwhile, just keep mining. Good. No, you should be able to terraform at quite a rate. Yes, indeed. 3.1 a year. Good. Press on. Okay. Good. Faster refueling system invented. Fine. What do we have? 10 scientists on that? 30%? Any other logistics going less than 30? No. But this gun's much better. Let's pump all the scientists into that. Better cargo shuttles are useful. Being able to just have everything happen faster. Fuel fleets home. Good. Yeah, the fact that it's all tied up is annoying, but in like, the fact the accessibility here is kind of misleading because it's mostly. I mean, the Macassium's good. I shouldn't sniff at the Macassium. All right, Earth has finished building mines, but we still got 100,000 cranium. Okay, so I'd rather not build more mines for now. Switch this up to like 35, and then what else do I want to build? We should build some fighter factories, because I haven't used fighters ever. I would like to in the fullness of time, so build me 100 fighters. 100 fighter factories, rather. It's not costing me anything outrageous, I don't think. Fatal Workers is tanking. Am I taking people off here? No? Are my colonial fleets taking anyone off there? No. Right now my colonial fleets are entirely passive. We've got 3.8 million cargo capacity of these boys just sitting idle. Well, you know what? If they're just sitting idle, we might as well refit them. The Genesis C's to Genesis Mark IIs. I'm sure I had a reason for that upgrade, even if I can't remember what it was right now. Yeah, just give me some fighter factories going. Then we'll be in a position in the future to use fighters if we need to, without having to do a big delay to build factories. I don't know how many factories you need. I don't know whether 100 is a lot or a little. We'll see. Okay, there's a bunch of refits. I should have set auto refits. And you know what also? I forgot to turn on my auto clicker to make these things a little less button press intensive. Auto refit Genesis C's, Genesis C Mark II using components. Good. And there's the shipbuilding rate up. Nice. How much does the next shipbuilding rate cost? A lot. Yeah, give me wealth generation so we just don't have to worry about it for a while. That'll be good. And you know what we should do? Let's drop a save. Open up Auto Marvin. Finish saving? Oh yeah, let's wait for it to finish saving. There we go. Open up the database. And let's see how we're doing on a few things. So populations. Here are our various populations. Ships, ship designs, notes. So minerals. What's this? Right, that's tritanium. That was our huge ordnance factory build, I think. Gallicite, yeah, it's on the uptick. What's this? Alright, that's Brondide. Brondide's not urgent, but we should try and get ourselves some more. And what's this? That's duranium, right? We have lots of accessible duranium, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, yeah, I mean, that all seems fine. Fuel, still just skyrocketing. Maintenance stockpile, yeah, this is mostly when we build new ships, when it takes the dive, as long as it's still trending up. Populations looking good. Wealth, yeah, minor dip. Oh yeah, here's the tech tree. What an awful, awful way to present it, but I mean, I'm not saying I could do it better, but I think maybe I have. And there's some clever things you can do this, but oh yes, and here's all our colorful things. Okay. Close that. I was thinking something. Maintenance, wealth, civilians. What do I want to move around? What have we got to move around? We got 600 mines on Earth right now. That's clearly not what we're going for. Where could we put them? I mean, I need more corundium, honestly. So I think I'm going to send them to IO. How many workers you got available? 15 million. How many mines can you handle? 15 divided by 0.05. Another 300. Okay. Civs. Oh, hang on. My freight's busy. No, my freight's not busy. Okay. Earth. Load up mines. Tell me how many mines you can carry. You can take 35 at a time. Okay, so go to IO. Unload all. Go to Earth. Load mines. And then do that. So that's 35. That's... I mean, let's go with, yeah, 70, 140, 380 is fine. And then, yeah, load up mines at Earth again. It's going to take 39 days, and I'll start yoiking them out of Earth and sending them around the world. Okay, so Deep Space Tracking Station seems fine. Everything else seems kind of fine. Is everything's in the sector, right? No, okay, add these to the sector. And you know what we never did? We never did some assigning. Let's assign some systems. Designation, I mean. So where haven't we designated? Pycom. Psy. I mean, it's... You know how I want to say this name. Anyway, we've got nothing. There's one planet. But we haven't even surveyed it yet. Did I stop surveying when we met the aliens? I did. Why did I do that? We should survey all these systems. There could be all kinds of useful stuff out there. I mean, I know the focus is the aliens, but still. Yeah, let's survey them. Survey fleets. Where are my surveys? Here they are. Survey. Sheffield class survey vessels. Detach. Move under the survey wing. And then at Earth, divide into single ships. Let's get on that. I don't know why I wasn't doing that earlier. Okay, whoops. No, don't delete that. Okay, so Corgi. So where do we need to go? V Sagittarii. Go there. And Epsilon Indi. Go there. And Gamma Scorpii. Go there. Proxima Centauri. Go there. Wait, I was doing this the same ship. Whoops. Epsilon Indi, and then you go to Proxima Centauri. And then you go to Psi Ceti. There we go. And then where else? That's everywhere, right? Nope. I'm going to call it 114. You never know. It could have a whole bunch of really good stuff on it. Okay. And then the other one can just stay at home. That's fine. Just sending one ship to each place. And then their standing orders are survey nearest body and then survey nearest survey location. Should have set that up before I divided them, but now I'm going to have to do it 6 times. Oh well. And then if fuel's less than that, then refuel. Deployment exceeded. Resupply. Fuel deployment. Fuel overhaul. Fuel deployment. Refuel overhaul. And fuel deployment. Fuel overhaul. And finally, last one. Fuel deployment. Fuel overhaul. Okay. Good. Good. Much more, much stuff out there to explore. So stuff that we have explored and haven't designated. Opachi, Opuchi, and HH Andromedy are the only 2. Okay, so HH Andromedy, rename system. You are designated as a hostile system, which is 7. Likewise, Upachi, which already has a 7 at the beginning of its name, you are designated hostile. Good. Okay, and then once those surveys have done, we can, and there they all go, we can go back to designating out those new planets. And maybe there's all kinds of new systems and resources and things out there that we didn't know about. Habitable planets that we would never know. No need to delay that. You know, I won't prioritize colonizing them at best speed because they're obviously further away and harder to defend, but that's mostly all good. Slipway added to the destroyer belts. 10 is what I wanted, so we're not going to do anything with that. Unless there's refits to be done. Wasn't I doing something to these chappies? No? Maybe I'm crazy. Okay. And then, yeah, ploughing towards finishing building these chaps. And we've got a lot of guillotines. Looking like we're going to be ready for war soon. Yeah, I should check. We have a scout in place right now, right? Covering the in-gate. Hope we do. Let's take a look. Scout 1. Yes, Scout 3 is in position. Good. Okay. Oh, Cordy cannot commit a transit as they are suffering from jump shock. They're trying to go to Proxima Centauri. Ah, yes, that's okay. I made a small mistake on their orders. Some more Brondide and Gallicite on a Comet. Fine. Freight 1 has finished its orders. Okay, good. So we should be seeing IO with, yes, just about the right number of workers. Stockpile is going up just ever so slightly. So if we could demand, let's say, 3 more mass drivers. Darn wrong thing. Demand 3 more mass drivers. No, that's 1 more. Edit it to 3. This, delete that demands. Okay, what else we got on Earth we want to move? Still, I mean, still another almost 300 mines. So Titan can't handle them Because they have no pop cap, right? Sorry, IO can't handle them. Yeah, no pop cap on IoT. Yeah, it's going to keep growing and growing. Well, there is some more Galisite on Titan, but it is diminishing. Honestly, yeah, the Duranium shortage is a little real. So we could leave them on Earth for now, just to rip that Duranium out of the Earth. What do we got over here? Presumably quite a lot of available workers. I mean, not a huge number, actually. But there is some Duranium over here. Yeah, let's leave them on Earth just for a minute, just to get that Duranium, I think, honestly. Unless we have, like, a big other place I could send them. Here would be okay. You got 8 million available workers. Yeah, send some of them to microscopy. Help with the kind of local scaling going on over there. It's a long trip, but that's okay. No, we shouldn't do that. Well, okay, yeah. No, yeah. We are going to send some to microscopy, but I'm going to use the civs. I don't want to risk my fleet on a long journey, and I don't want to give them an escort. So it's they've got 8 million available workers. 8.9 divided by 0.05 is 178. So just put in a request for 178, and we'll provide them at Earth. Good. And then, yeah, keeping a few of them on Earth just to get that Duranium still coming, and they have been auto-assigned to it. Good, so the civs are on the case. And obviously that turns off so much faster because we've killed off much of the civs. Right, I forgot. Some of the mines are still on Freight 1. We should unload them on Earth. So they're still actually doing something. Some more stuff. We're gonna, yeah, I'm not gonna worry too much about, production of fighter factories done. I'm not gonna worry too much about looking at precisely what resources we find. We're just gonna wait for the surveys to complete and then we'll worry about that. Now, let's just hammer this home, honestly. Get me those ordnance factories done so that we can really crank out these new guns. Wow, we found 4 corundium somewhere there. There's the new Icaruses. Construction factory is done at Earth. Construction factory, I mean, they do use quite a lot of stuff to build, and they use quite a lot of population as well. So I think we should probably stop working on construction for a minute. Although I would like a round number. So give me another 35. Good, and yes, the Icaruses are done. How is the capacity going? Fine for now. We're running the edge, but that's okay. Strikeforce Beta is orbiting Earth, yes. So let's put all these new ships into Strikeforce Beta. Strikeforce Beta suddenly starts to look really quite impressive. This is a ship with a flagship. 7 Mark III cruisers, 5 Mark II cruisers, 18 Mark III destroyers, and 5 Mark II destroyers. How hard is it to refit from a Mark 2 to a Mark III Icarus? Yeah, not economical. Not economical at all. Okay. Well, the next thing to do is to make sure the latest stuff, well, actually, and the old stuff, has the right stuff assigned. So the Baals Mark III have the Guillotine Mark III, but the Baal Mark IIs have the Guillotine Mark IIs. None of that. All Guillotine Mark IIIs. Good. And of course the Acastas don't have any onboard ordnance. Strikeforce Alpha only has Baal Mark IIs, nothing older. Yeah. And the Bosworth Fields right now, right, they're transporting Guillotine Mark IIs still. I'll bring them home. Also route them to Sol, go to Earth. Unload ordnance to Colony. And then we're going to refit them into the new versions. There's a Gibraltar waiting in Lac Isle. There's 4 Gibraltars also waiting in Lac Isle. They should just top off their fuel. And then Strikeforce Beta, pretty much ready to go, I think. Obviously, they need to go to Earth and load ordnance from Colony, and there might not be enough. But other than that, kind of feeling like we're good to go to launch an all-out assault. We don't have the technology to... I should rename this. This is a Fuel Fleet Alpha 1. And this one is 4 feet Alpha 2. Okay. And then Strike Force Alpha, this one should be renamed. This is Ammo Fleet Alpha 1. Because they're the first ammo fleet in Strike Force Alpha's directly assigned stuff. Okay. Strike Force Beta, still loading ammo. Damage report. What? In Epsilon Indy? We scanned this system. Were we killed? One component hit. We were slowed down. Crew casualties. Damn, and the Corgi, of course, doesn't have any sensors. I thought we scouted these systems. Scout 2. Make best speed. Make sure your active sensors are on. To Epsilon Indy. I should probably start putting sensors on my scout ships, really. I mean, my survey ships. What's the ship? What's the state system called? Yeah, Epsilon Indy. Why can't I auto route to Epsilon Indy? Auto route to. What does it connect to? Oh, are the scouts not jump capable? No, the scouts are jump capable. Right, auto route to Procyon. Then I'll tell you to jump. It's going to take them 50 days. Really? God, it's a long way away. Okay, well, Corgi 02. Do your best to get out of there, but I don't like your odds. It's possible there's some... Wow, this is a well-mooned planet. It's possible that this planet has orcs on it. Nope, we were attacked again. Damn. Not orcs, probably. RIP. Epsilon Indy. Okay, well... Where's Epsilon Indy? Epsilon Indy is all the way over here. There isn't an NPR I've just completely missed, is there? There's no oxygen in this system. But if it was... Oh, it's Dark Eldar. Of course it's Dark Eldar. Right. Sorry, I don't know why that didn't occur to me sooner. I completely forgot that the Dark Eldar are going to kill our survey fleets now. Damn. Yeah, I completely neglected to notice that. Okay, well, what I do not want to do is have to escort all my survey fleets. So instead, I'm going to redesign these ships such that they're faster than the Dark Eldar, and such that they have sensors so they see them coming and can run away. Seems sensible to me. Okay, so this is the new survey class, named after cities. Are we already at S? No, we can't be at S. We must be at C. We'll get a Cardiff class going. So the Cardiff class has a Dark Eldar ship sensor, a large ship sensor, and a missile ship sensor. It's a big increase in size, for sure. But I think it's good. It means we'll be able to know stuff about the enemy. We'll be able to detect them more or less, whatever their size. Yeah. Now it needs to be dramatically faster. So we're actually going to give it a military engine. It's going to go comically fast. It's going to use a lot more fuel than before. What was its range before? 100 billion. Yeah, I mean, just give it a lot of fuel. We're going to slightly reduce its range. Maybe this is too much. Maybe we give it a 160. Why are these... Oh, one's just bigger. Okay. How about we put this on it? Now it's going 9,000. It's burning quite a lot of fuel to do it. Same range, double the speed. A lot of size increase. And it needs a much longer maintenance life. 3 years should be plenty. Remember, we're going for... I can't remember what ratio. Did I save that? Please tell me I saved... Aurora... I don't think I did. Aurora 4x maintenance ratio. Engineering. 2 ships of the same modifier in the same ratio. So we got maintenance. Damn, I can't see. I'll look for that. I think I'll look for that article some other time. But I want to know what the ratio is between maintenance storage and engineering spaces for the best lifespan. Now, we've got 1 large maintenance storage bay. Put another one on. 3 years. Maintenance life, 2-year deployment time. Much bigger. Seems good. Let's build some of these. And then, yeah, if it sees enemies coming, we just run. And send in a destroyer escort. Well, rip to the Corgi 2. The others I am not bringing home. They're going to keep trying. Right, so it was the Sheffield class. Where's my Sheffield class? Ah, yes, we build them out the same thing as this one, don't we? Ah, we're not going to be able to build my scouts out of this fleet anymore. Okay, okay. How big did I make them? But we don't need scouts anymore, because this is also a scout. Yeah, okay. Right, so the survey vessel just entirely subsumes the scout vessel's role. Except that the scout was being, you know, conscript and no officers. Yeah, this is just a better scout, so we don't need scouts anymore. 16,750. Capacity up to 1,700. 17,000 rather for me. And we're going to rename it. This is the survey yards, and we no longer use scouts. Which are also... Or... I could design the scouts to be similar. Yeah, no, let's just try and use a scout still. So where's my Cardiff class? There it is. So copy it. Then this is now a scout. Scout. No, not scout courier, just scout. Got lots of scouts, huh? There we go, scout. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take off the geo survey sensors and the gravitational survey sensors, which will make it, and you are obsolete by the way, which will make it smaller. And we have up to 16,750 to spend. And we rename this. We're naming them after dogs. We're up to E, the elk hound. And instead, you get more maintenance storage. So it can sit on locations just looking for enemy ships for longer. Also, we should give it thermal sensors, the scout. Yeah, that seems sensible. Actually, we should give them both thermal sensors. We're trying to detect... What are we trying to detect with thermal sensors? Stuff a long way away with a relatively large... Yeah. Put that on. And then the elk hound as well. Put that on. And then did we build EM sensors? No, we don't need EM sensors. EM sensors detect sensors. That's not a big deal for now. At least on this, you know, for this ship. Oh yes, and the tank is copied. Update class. Oh, sorry, update armor. Take off that. And put this on. They're the same size? Yes. Good. Why is the fuel capacity higher and the speed higher? Oh, because of the armor. Yeah. Rename. Auto. MK2. I would like the ability to refuel stuff faster. Let's do a bit of a refit. Gibraltar. Auto refit. Gibraltar to Gibraltar 2. Use components. Go. And then also just retool to Gibraltar MK2 so I don't accidentally make MK1s in the future. Now back to this. What was I thinking? Scouts. Elk hound. Got the thermal sensors in place. I would like you to have some more engineering spaces. And a longer deployment time. More maintenance capacity. Now they can sit on base for 4 years. And they still can get bigger. Because these are now 863. Alright, I'll just chuck a couple more maintenance storage bays on then. Where have they gone? Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. Sorry, not maintenance storage bays, engineering spaces. And then ramp this a bit more, like 52, 53. How big are we? 63, 63. Okay. And now if I save, I bet I can build both of those out of the same thing. Let's take a look. Once it's finished saving, we can import components. Take a look at the Elk Hound. Can be refit to the Cardiff. Cardiff can be refit to the Elk Hound. Good. Okay. Back to ticking. Rip to the Corgi 2, but they inspired me to do a redesign of some ships. Their deaths were not in vain. Ooh, some minimal ground survey potential. Could always be good. Retooling for Gibraltar 2's done. The 2 more Bals are done. And the Bay telescopic terraforming is getting there. Wow, that did not raise the temperature by much, huh? Alright. Give up on this place. We are not going to get this habitable. No way. I like the atmosphere is breathable, even though the oxygen is frozen, by the way. Not quite sure how that makes sense. People are picking up kind of handfuls of frozen oxygen, putting it in their mouth to defrost, and then breathing it. Yeah, no, just move to Moon 5. We're never going to terraform this planet. Okay, so Moon 13. Go back to pop growth, wealth creation, and political reliability. Don't care. Yeah, low thing. And then we're just going to focus terraforming for a minute here. I know there's lots of mining going on here that will be slowed by this, but there's our 40% guy. We want to add oxygen first. Yes. Press on. Terraforming is in place. How many atmospheres can we get on Moon 2? Yeah, 0.5. 0.57. Okay, so it's going to take a while, but it's okay. I'm going to have to take that fluorine out of the atmosphere as well. Some more stuff. Bostrus refitted, and we've finished max squadron jump. Fine. Give me the next one up as well. I'm hoping we won't need to do a squadron jump. Like, I'm hoping they're not garrisoning their jump point after such a long time. But you never know. Production capacity thing done on Earth. Ooh, it's a lot of Newtonium. That's good. We needed some Newtonium. Now, what do I want to build on Earth? I mean, I want to build mines. So I'm gonna. Give me another 40 mines. Oh, sorry, 300 mines. But yeah, I don't think we need more construction factories right now because I am kind of running out of things to spend it on. Our capacity, that is to say, not our minerals. What time is it? It is now 12:30. All right, it's gonna be a long episode because I think I have time for a second one off before lunch. Yeah, Gibraltar refit, good. Still refitting? No, you're done. Okay, give me 2 more then, because we are definitely going to want a lot more tankers to deal with this new massive strike force that I've built. Found some Gallicite, some Newtonium, some new scientists. The anti-ship missile Culloden is done. Good. We're not done on... I haven't finished my ordnance production and then missed it, have I? No, good. We're still going. Okay, but I have to imagine Strike Force Beta is full of ammo. Yes, indeed. Okay, well, Strike Force Alpha, I need you to head back to Earth and replace ordnance. And then I need to check. Strike Force Beta, are you carrying the right ordnance? No, not entirely. So go to Earth and replace ordnance. Earth. What kind of stockpile of guillotine Mark 3s have you got? Small. Small is the answer to that. Oh, and Scout 2 has arrived. Right, because I still sent him in. Let's use Scout 2 just to confirm that there are indeed no ground-based aliens over here. Scout. What was it? Scout 2? Yeah. Okay. Is Scout 2, this might be your death. Wait, this is the wrong system. Where did those guys die? I thought it was Epsilon Indy. It was the one up here. Yeah, it's Epsilon Indy, wasn't it? Oh no, Proxima Centauri. What's that marking mean? Ground survey, cool. Wasn't it Epsilon Indy? But where's the wreck? Display. Maybe they salvaged it. Ooh, maybe they salvaged it. Maybe they're going to use it to steal my tech. Maybe I really shouldn't send this scout in because they're going to steal tech off its corpse once they kill it. But I'm going to send the scout in because I want to confirm it is indeed Dark Eldar. Anti-ship missile guys have been built. Good. Strike Force Alpha has refueled on Earth. Strike Force Beta has done at Earth. Okay, so if we look at Strike Force Beta and merge it into Strike Force Alpha, here is our mighty, mighty fleet. One cruiser. Ah, yes. Okay, the old Mark II cruiser gets detached because isn't his speed lower? Show obsolete classes. I could have sworn he was done. He was slow. No? No, just a bit thinner armor. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll keep him on them. The fleet is still going at 10,800 kilometers. We've got, yeah, 2 flagships, which is good just to have the, you know, the backup one, basically. Everyone's actives on. We do not have full stuff because there isn't enough on Earth. Okay, so probably because, yes, some of these Colludans have been being built. Unload ordnance to colony. They've been being built and immediately taking like the stuff they're assigned to. So now they should have no ammo. Good. And now Strike Force Alpha should be able to load ordnance. Here comes the scout, by the way. Let's see. I thought there was a whole bunch of moons where the guy died. Is one of these? Yeah, it's this one. Go to Epsilon Indy 3, please, Scout 2. Move to location. Went to 2, but not 3. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was Dark Eldar. Okay. You're dead. Bad luck, Scout 2. Actually, Scout 2, scuttle the ship. You're all going to die. But you do not want to live if the Dark Eldar are catching you. So, Scout 2, scuttled. Rip to the crew of Scout 2. They died preserving our technology. And they deserve much credit for that. Now, Strike Force Alpha. Once again, full on ammo. Got 4,710 Guillotine Mark 3s aboard. Actives are all on. It's got some commanders and some R7s. It's got not much training on many of these guys. But it's looking pretty good. And yeah, I should set some orders here. Like, hostile contact. Turn your active sensors on. Okay. I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to launch a mass assault on the enemy. So, Scout 1. Move to Lacaille. Not Lacaille, Skippy. Skippy is the gate. Move to Scout 3. And then Scout 3 we're going to send through. There are 44 days. Now these guys, they burn 62 million liters of fuel in very short periods of time. So, any available... Oh, hang on. There's a couple more biles in here. Attach these two. Join Strikeforce Alpha. Strikeforce Alpha. Go to Earth. Load ordnance. How much have we got left at Earth? 80. So it's not actually going to be enough yet. We're going to need more of these. Which is going to cost us. It's going to cost us big time, but it's got to be done. We could go with shorter range missiles and, you know, smaller missiles and stuff to use less Gallicite, but these are working. At least I think these will work. So I am okay with it. And Strikeforce Alpha, yeah, not quite fully topped off. So we have, what is this? 9. We have 17 cruisers, 2 flagships, and 24 destroyers. I've seen worse fleets. I've seen worse fleets for sure. Sufficient oxygen has been added. Nice. Breathable atmosphere achieved. Now take that fluorine out. So I'm pretty sure fluorine is toxic. Relatively confident on that one. Wow, look at that deposit. 66 million corundium at 0.8. Oh, baby. That is sexy. Some Newtonium, some Gallicite. No ground potential, which is a shame, but that is a big find. And there's terraforming rate up. Nice, timely. Keep on it. Terraforming is how we get more people. More people is how we get more workers. More workers is how we mine more. More mining is how we get more Gallicite. More Gallicite is how we blow up more aliens. All good to me. Hostile contacts in Sirius. Ooh, away from the thing. Okay. Interesting. Well, Strikeforce Alpha, with what ships you do have, detached to Sirius. Meanwhile, Scout 1, cease moving. How did they get in? How did they get past Scout 3? Do they have like a... Did they do a squad jump? No, they can't have gone that far. They're not moving yet. We can always send the ammo fleets behind the Strike Force, which is what I'm thinking here. I'm just slowly going up here, because if they're willing to just sit there, maybe they're scared of me. How long until Strike Force Alpha is on site? 6 days. It should interrupt if they start moving, I think. I don't know though. Yeah, maintenance problem on one of the Oxfords. They're about to come home. Okay, Strikeforce Alpha is in system. Move on that enemy. 7 days. It's such a big system, Sirius. Really proves a thorn in my logistical side. Maintenance problems. That's okay. Here they come. 2 days away. 24 hours. And here we go. I went closer than I intended. Crap. Okay. Remove last order. Move back towards Scout 1. How far are we away? 49 kilometers. Actually, okay, don't move then. Alright. For 3 ships, I'm not going to action stations. So we are at low fuel on some of these ships. Like, they'll need topping off before they can go in, but... Alright. Ship combat. First off, auto-assign, then assign fleet on my defensive flagships. And then on my Bal Mark 3s, auto-assign fire control. Assign fleet. Assign fleet. Didn't seem to work. Ah. There's one of my so-called Mark 3s here. Right. I didn't refit all my Mark 3s to Mark 3 2s yet. That's annoying. Okay, you guys... auto-assign fire control. Yeah, so now it looks like this. Oh, crap. Can I assign all to this? Like, you assign all. No? Damn, okay. So the fact that I put on these 800-ton missile fire controls now means... Well, what about if I go here and I say assign fleet? Does that apply it to this one? No. How about if I do this? Nope. I mean, presumably I can't use this to shoot because its range is too short. Yeah. Clear targets. What about if I go to one of these other ones? And I've done it on all of them now. And you can't multi-select. So I would have to manually... Yeah, okay. Probably don't split purpose on the ships, I guess. That's annoying. You can't even drag to here. You have to drag to the fire control. Yeah, okay. So now we can't use auto-assign fire control if we do it this way. And how even do I assign it? I guess I have to scroll first. Okay. Yikes. Okay, so I guess we take off the 800-ton missile fire controls. Someone said there's like an assign all thing. Assign all to him. But it doesn't seem to... I don't know what assign all... Let's just try and find out how it works. Aurora 4X, assign all not working. There is an assign all toggle. Assign. You don't have to assign missile launchers one at a time. There's an assign all toggle in the top right corner. Yes, but what does it do? Do I click on here and then click assign all? Click on here and then click assign all. If it's a toggle, how do I know when it's on and when it's off? Oh, this toggle. Hey! That's so much better! This assign all. Okay, so if I drag one off one of these missile fire controls, it will then automatically assign them all to these. Okay. Good. Now, these enemy ships. Let's give them hell. They're at 48 million. Our range these days is 62. Sink fire fleet, please. Open fire fleet. And now these have no targets, but that's fine. Just these three with the 3 targets that I should open fire. Ah. But it's assigned the target to these fire controls with nothing assigned to them. I wonder if that will be a problem. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Should have launch very soon. Waiting for other fleets to confirm readiness before firing. Is it because... It's probably... I bet it's because of the... Clear all targets. Farm one just to... Is it because of the fire controls? Alright, ceasefire. Ceasefire all. Open fire control. I bet it's because of the fire controls with no weapons assigned to them. Yep. Ceasefire fleet. So don't assign targets to... So don't open fire on fire controls that aren't able to fire. Okay, there's the launch. Flying out at some speed. Looks like they are entirely... Oh, no, they're trying to move away now. It's not going to do them any good. And... Impact. Only one killed? Or are the others still in the air? They shot down... Oh, I accidentally shot them all at the same ship. Whoops. Whoops-a-daisy. No matter. You. Open fire control. And you. Open fire control. Should have a launch very soon. Yep. Ceasefire fleet. 20 minutes. They're not getting away. Shot down 3 of them. But the rest, killed. 2 medals awarded. 2 kills. Only 1 shot down. Ceasefire fleet. Fleet, you can go ahead and head back to Black Isle, where I think there's some fuel for you to get. Yep, good. Okay, good. Now we have another 1,000 missiles waiting on Earth. So, Ammo Fleet Alpha 1. You are Bosworth Fields right now. Where are my Culloddens? I want you to refit these Bosworth Fields to Culloden anti-ship missiles. Yes, please. Should take a very short time. Till September 10th. Yeah, good. Home we go. Ah, but Scout 1 should still move into position. Scout 1. Well, I mean, actually, why should it? Move a bit towards it. Yeah, Titan is unhappy about insufficient military protection. Not unfairly. Just move there and keep vision on this whole area. Just stay there for now. Ooh, an ordnance factory construction is done on Earth. Good. Shore leave complete on a whole bunch of people. And yeah, Titan's unhappy. How can I calm Titan down? You know how one way I can calm them down. Well, no, the Baal flagship probably won't help, but... Well, let's build some more anti-Dark Eldar ships. Because we should have some more of those anyway, and that'll calm down Earth. Meanwhile, Titan. Meanwhile, though, because they won't be built fast, here's a couple of police units to keep you quiet. Strike Force Alpha is on station at... Yes, so actually Strike Force Alpha needs to come home. So I can refit the Mark... no, it doesn't, does it? Damn, that was a mistake. Because the thing is, Strike Force... No, yeah, the MK3s... It has MK3s that should be refit to MK32s. Yes, okay. There's the refit on those ammo fleet lads. And they are full of ammo too. So they can auto-route themselves over to Sirius. And by Sirius, I mean Black Isle. Auto-route yourself to... Lacus. Why can't I send them to Lacus? Oh, they're already going to Lacus. Okay. And so go to... Yeah, just go to Lacus. Good. Okay. I'm surprised. I guess they came through earlier when... Because there was that period where the scout had the sensors turned off. They probably snuck through at that point. That would make sense. Strike Force Alpha is home. Good. Now... Yeah, maintenance failure, but that's fine. Give me a auto refit. Baal 3 to Baal 2. Done. Yeah, it's not many of them that fit that criteria. It's more than 2 though, aren't there? No, it's only 2. Okay. Good, that should take, like, no time. Done. Refresh this. Now it's 9 Mark 2s and 9 Mark 3 2s and 8 Mark 2s. Now go to Earth. And shouldn't we have to replace, yeah, just load ordnance. Oh yes, and Earth has some spare industry right now. Just put it all on mines. How are we doing on coronium? Yeah, we could actually bump this a bit more. Yeah, getting up on some geranium production, everything we build here anyway. Yeah, so Strike Force Alpha now has not full ammo. No, because it's just, I only just gave it. No, I didn't just give it the ordnance load thing. Okay, we still need more guillotines. Yeah, like just more and more and more. Well, I don't want to overbuild because I know we'll invent new ones in the future, but we need more before I can launch the attack because we don't have full ammo on these. Well, that's because the ammo fleet took a bunch. Okay, so actually now we are in a good place. You guys auto-route to Lac Isle and refuel there. This is the Strike Force, is what I mean by these, you guys, by the way. Changing dominant terrain in a couple of places, fine. Continual capacity on the survey yards, good. Retool yourself to the Cardiff, please. And rename. You are survey and scout still. Scouts are just sitting around longer, basically. Oxford 5 succeed deployment time, fine. It will get auto sent home then. Should be, right, anyway, right? I guess it finishes its current order before it does that. Okay, so they've arrived. Now, ammo fuel 1. Can I load ordnance from... No, I can't. Okay, I go fleet ammo 1. Go to Strike Force Alpha. I can't seem to load ordnance from Strike Force Alpha directly into it without joining the fleet. So what I'll do is I'll go to Lacus. I can't unload ordnance to Lacus from my ammo fleet? Okay, well I'll have the ammo fleet Alpha join Strike Force Alpha as a subfleet. Join and resupply. Join as subfleet. And then shouldn't that... They've joined, and now Strike Force Alpha, if I go like a day, does it transfer the ammo across automatically? No. Movement orders. Well, detach. Detach. Ammo Fleet Alpha. Detach. Ammo Fleet Alpha. Go to Strike Force Alpha. Okay, join and add ordnance to fleet. But then they are going to have to join. I'm going to have to rename them annoyingly. But now if I go to Strike Force Alpha and I go a day, I should see the ordnance moved around. Yes. Good. And one more day, it should be done. Yes. Good. Okay, so now I detach the Bosworth Fields again. I rename them Ammo Alpha. Good. And yeah, these guys are already at 11% deployment time, just flying out here and then sitting here for a second. So Ammo Alpha, fly home to Sol, go to Earth, load ordnance, bring it back, jump into Sirius and await orders. Strike Force Alpha, refuel. Or did we already... I think I may have drained Lacus dry. Yes, we did indeed. Okay, so Fuel Fleet Alpha only carries 4 million fuel. Alright, merge them up. Fuel Fleet Alpha. No, Strike Force Alpha. Go to Fuel Fleet Alpha. Refuel from stationary tankers. Still going. Still going. Still going. Done. Okay. Now Strike Force Alpha. Jump into Sirius. And move to the waypoint. It's going to take 8 days. But now Fuel Fleet Alpha. I need you to go back to Sol. Refuel. And then come after them. Because they're going to need refueling as well. Again. It's going to take 35 days for them to do that. We need a much larger fuel fleet. Because this is going to cause deployment time issues. Because we've gone with such a low deployment time to try and get everything we can out of these ships. You know what? Now that we have the huge extra space from the bigger engines, we should go with a longer deployment time. Give me a new slipway. What are the fuel... Do I have any fuel ships around? Yeah, fuel fleet. I have 2 million here. Alright, you guys, auto-route yourself to Sirius and to the waypoint. We need all hands on deck in terms of fuel right now. And the Lac-Isle fuel harvesters... I need more fuel harvesters in Lac-Isle, to be honest. So give me some more Blue Jays. Wait, first, check. Are the Blue Jays up to date? No, they're not. Blue Jay, okay, 2. Update that armor. Make them just a little bit cheaper, a little bit faster. Every little helps. Build me a Blue Jay Mark 2. We'll do that, and then retool yourself to Blue Jay Mark 2, just so I don't accidentally build the old ones. Okay, 5 days. Discovering more stuff. Maintenance problems. Retooled. 5 more days. They should arrive. Yes, indeed. So Strike Force Alpha has 2/3 fuel. Which is obviously not great. How far behind is fuel fleets? 27 days. How about this fuel fleet? 15 days. Do I want to wait here for 15 days? But it's not very big. Like, they only need to get back to here. And if we look at this system, what does that red thing mean? I guess that means it's like known to be dangerous. It's 6 billion across, right? Whereas Sirius is much more than that. No, it isn't. Okay, so how far can these ships go? 25 billion. So right now, my fleet is at 44.7 out of 66.9, or in other words, 66%. Times that by their range. They can go 16 billion kilometers. So they can go there and back, just. So I am going to launch the attack, but we need to be really careful. We cannot let them go below 20 million liters of fuel. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves in a disastrous situation where we run out of fuel in the enemy system. Okay. So, to round out the episode, prepare to jump. Action stations. Action stations. Set condition 1. Throughout the fleets. And Scout 3, with your deployment time exceeded, I need you to jump into that system and tell me if there are any bad guys. Meanwhile, Scout 1, move to the waypoint. Out goes Scout 1. Godspeed, little scout. Do me proud. They jumped through. There are indeed immediately hostile contacts, but not that many. A large missile salvo is immediately going to kill them, but we now know that it is safe, safe-ish, for Strike Force Alpha to transit in. They'll be there in 2 hours. Boom. They are dead. Unsurprisingly. Prepare to jump. Final checks. Ammo's full. Fuel is at 67%. It must not go below 35% before we turn around and start coming home. Ship command. Sorry, fleet. Combat command. Assign fleet. Everyone is assigned right. Icaruses. The Icaruses were not assigned. Assign fleet. The Icaruses now all have final defensive fire set. There was one which had a problem. Assign fleet. Everyone should be assigned to final defensive fire. Yep. Ship combat. Yep, everyone's set right. There's one Azazel cruiser in here. They're all set right. The flagships, they're set right. Jump, jump, jump. Boom. Contact reestablished. They moved off, attempting to move away from the jump point. Well, that was a critical, critical error. Because now, my dear aliens, you find yourselves right at my optimal range. Okay, move. New waypoint. Well, first off, let's delete a bunch of these. Don't need these. Okay. First off, new waypoint. We want one here, one here. Okay, move towards waypoint 1. Strike Force Alpha, move on waypoint 1. Secondly, first 3 ships, we're not gonna do any funny business to start with here. We're just gonna give them hell. I'm going to fire everything I've got not everything I've got, but I'm going to give them a full volley from each ship at these enemies. Fire controls assigned. Fleet sync on. Open fire fleet. Give them hell. And we're going to move away from them because I think we're just inside their missile range. Updated. Preparing, 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 preparing. While also rapidly moving away from them. Waiting to confirm readiness. Looks like they just launched. Well, no, that's probably because I have open fire controls, yeah. Only Baal's Mark 3-7 waiting. All ships ready. Launch. We have launch. Good launch. The missiles are in the air. It's quite a distance to fly. Boom. Target destroyed. 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 Enemy fleet down. They shot down 10 of the incoming missiles. Get absolutely crapped on. Move on their capital world. We will have vengeance for our previous brethren lost in this dark system. We will have terrible vengeance upon them for what has been done to our predecessors. Wreak my fury upon the alien. Ooh, lots of geranium. Nice. So we don't have ships that are designed or really kind of kitted out to kill ground-based targets. Ooh, hello. So, you know, we're not going to be able to kill their planet or anything. But, I mean, depending on how much ammunition it takes to kill off this fleet, if we can kill off this fleet, we might try. We might try. Okay, so we have them within range. Sorry, we have them on sensors, rather, but not within range. Move on those contacts. But let's keep this controlled here. We want to get them on our... within guillotine range. Okay. So what are we looking at here? Some updated contacts because we're getting closer to them. So they're in range, but we need to get them, you know, a good distance away. So our missiles will still be in range by the time they hit them. So we're at 55 million. I don't want to get any closer than that, really. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Don't get me wrong. So what do we got here? We know that these guys have their size 1 missile launchers. So that's probably not what we want to shoot first. The Elissima. You have some lasers. The Asylum. Where have they gone? Asylum. They have some lasers. Anemone. Okay, they have some larger missile launchers. So the anemones are target priority 1. So let's target the anemones first. There aren't that many of them. Just 3. But they will be what I will hit first. Anemone 2. And an enemy 3. Now the Arabis. What does the Arabis have? The Arabis also has some larger missile launchers. So let's kill them. Good. Next. The Ankanite. Larger missile launchers. Okay. Let's give them Ankanites some pummeling then. Now this is a lot of enemy ships. They're going to have a lot of anti-missile defense. But we have a lot of missiles. So we'll see what their anti-missile defense can do against this fully upgraded, mighty, mighty fleet. 6, target 7, target 8, target 9. If I didn't care what I was shooting, we could, I think, auto-assign targets. Target 10. Target 12. Bearing in mind that some of these volleys are going to be smaller than others. Target 13, which will be good because it will let us sound out how good they are defending target 13. So if all of these hit, we're taking out all of their Ankanite and all of their Erebus and all of their enemy ships. Ah, we do have a problem though. Some of my older ships have a max range of 49 million kilometers. So I am actually going to close with them more than I had anticipated, which will let them, if they wish to, fire on me. But at some point in life, you have to accept that you're going to be shot at by enemy missiles. It just happens to us all. And we have a lot of ships here capable of shooting down enemy missiles. Updated contact. They have 88 shields. Okay, good to know. I'm going to bring them well within accepted tolerance. There we go. Everyone has a target assigned. So I'm going to open fire fleet, but then I suspect... Oh no, that did work. Okay, open fire fleet didn't tell all my fire controls with nothing assigned to fire. Good. Now it's obviously going to take a while here to prepare our massive volley. But here we go. Ready? Launch, launch, launch. Cannot launch a Guillotine Mark II as no missiles of the required type are in the ship's magazines. We had some missiles launched. Okay, so there was a problem. The older ships were assigned Guillotine Mark IIIs. Mark IIs, rather. That was from Ankanite 6 onwards. Okay, ceasefire fleet. Assign Mark IIIs, you fool. Assign all Mark IIIs. There we go. So Ankanite 6, Ankanite 7. Okay, I don't need to reassign that because they should just fire and then I can ceasefire the whole fleet again. Does mean they're not going to arrive all at once, which might prove troubling, but we'll find out. So open fire fleet again. Preparing, preparing, preparing. And obviously those Mark IIIs are in the air. There's the launch. Stop moving closer to them. Ceasefire fleet. So we're sending 2 waves. One from our newer ships and one from our older ships. That's not what I wanted. They might shoot down all these missiles, which makes it a total waste of ordnance. Let's find out. Streaking towards them. Very few shot down before they're extremely close. I was expecting more. Right, there we go. Damn. They shot down 50 missiles, that volley. Boom. Oh, but they're close in. Anti-missile tech is just not good enough. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 targets shot, 9 targets destroyed. Second volley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 targets shot, 7 targets destroyed. Damn fine show, squad. All right, let's... Can I auto-assign? Yeah, where can I auto-assign targets? Auto-target missile fire control. But I have to do that on each one. Okay. Well, now we're just going to shoot them... Hang on, clear targets, clear targets. We're going to shoot them just from the top of the list down, because I think I've neutered their long-range missile capabilities. One of them was not dead in there, but that's not... it's not a big deal. 6, next 7. 7, next 8. 8, next 9. 9, next 10. In fact, I'm going to bring this down here so I don't have to crick my neck quite so much looking at it. 9, next 10. 10, next 11. 11, next 12. 12, next 13. 13, next 6. 6, next 11. 11, next 1. 1, next 2. 2, next 3. 3, next 4. I suppose, yeah, okay. I suppose really what we should have done there is maybe waited for them to... what am I trying to say here? try to figure out, try to shoot their anti-missile stuff first before their offensive capabilities, but this way just seems a bit safer. Everyone's ready? Yep. Open fire fleet. It has targeted the empty missile fire controls on stuff, so we'll see if that causes a problem. And we are once again ready for a big launch. Launch, it was not a problem, good. Ceasefire fleet, so this is a much larger volley. One of them was one of the slowed ships. But yes, I expect they will shoot down very, very few of these missiles. Target destroyed there. And nice. Good volley. Right. Great volley. Every single one found its mark. Only 3 were not killed. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Many penetrating hits. Secondary explosions. Wrecked a whole bunch more of them. So that's about maybe half the enemy fleet dead. Good stuff. Let's refresh this. Take out the other half. Assign that there. Okay, 3 next 8. 8 next 10. If there's a faster way to do this, do tell me in the comments. I'm so far ahead on recording 1 next 2 that it'll take me a while to see it, but it would be helpful. I suppose knowing that we're overkilling, one of the faster ways to do it, what did I just assign? So I got to say it. 1 next 2, 2 next 4. One of the fast ways to do it would have more fire control, given that we're overkilling so much. 4 next 1. 1 next 6. I suppose I could also go like you auto target, you auto target, but now they're all targeting the same thing. So, you know, it's not great, is it? That's 1. Which one is this? Elissimo 1. Is that right? No, it isn't. 8. 3. What have I done? Did it auto target all of them? Oh, maybe that is the bun. Maybe this. Oh, maybe this is a fleet. Each ship will target a different enemy ship that's within its range of its missiles. Okay, I think it worked. Nice. Okay, well, let's try it. Open fire fleet. Oh, sorry, I gotta reload first. Let's move towards them a bit. Can't let them get out of range. Remove last order. Open fire fleet. 5 seconds. Few preparing ticks. And then, are you ready for this? Boom. Good launch, good launch. Ceasefire fleets. Out they go. Flying towards their foe, who has stopped moving. That seems foolish. Oh, that's the damaged ones, right? No, they're all not moving. Boom. That was a different set of, like, that attacked a whole bunch of different ships there, right? Yeah. Oh, the Yankuzas seem to have survived. There were still some penetrating hits, though. Okay, so slight underkill on the Yankuzas, actually. Alright, refresh this. New targets, auto-assign, missile fire control, reload. Yeah, the sense strength's dropping. Not surprised. Reloading. Takes a long time to reload. Open fire fleets. Should have launch very soon. Give me just an auto tick to launch. Very nice. There's the launch. Ceasefire, ceasefire. Stop auto ticking. Out they go. Flying towards their targets. So they seem to be shooting... Oh no, they're good. They are still shooting the alive. Well, they all seem to be going here. What about this guy? Oh, that's just one guy. I think, right? Yeah, that's just a single guy that's fleeing up there. Boom. Not many target destroyeds in there. Like, they only lost... In fact, I'm not sure they lost any ships there. No, they did. They lost this one. Okay. But yeah, lots of penetrating hits still. But the fact that we're hitting their shields so much is not good. So it's just the Ankuzas basically that are being a problem. So let's do some manual shooting here for a second. Give me 2 volleys against each Ankuza. Show me the data. What do we know about these Ankuza class ships? Where are they? There they are. Max armor penetration 3. You have god almighty numbers of missile launchers. I guess their shields are... I mean, how much do their shield absorb? 17, armor hits 15. So they're absorbing like half the damage from each volley. So if we hit them twice at the same time, we essentially do 3 times as much damage with only twice as many missiles. Because, you know, the same 50% will be absorbed by shields, but the rest will come through. So 3. So you're shooting 2. So you should shoot 2 as well. Then you shoot 3. And then you shoot 3 as well. And the next one's going to shoot 4. And then you shoot 4 as well. Which I guess means for max speed now, what we want to do is design a ship where 1 volley can always kill the enemy. Which means you don't ever have to do this. What are you shooting? 4. Alright, you shoot 5. You shoot 5 as well. The next one's going to be 6. You shoot 6. You shoot 6 as well. You shoot 9. You shoot 9 as well. Yeah, and this is the moment when you really notice, 11, that this game is designed by one guy. Because obviously, like I've said many times before, it's a great game. I'm a big fan. But this is clearly a horrible user experience. Just having to drag them all across like this. One of you shoot them. Alright. I'm still having fun because, you know, it's progress. And we're taking out these gosh darn aliens and all that. But, you know, it could be better. Right, reload. Don't worry, that one guy is not getting away. Open fire fleet. Auto tick my way through the 5 seconds. And get ready for launch. Good stuff. Missiles in the air. Soaring their way across. And I think we'll see a bunch of target destroyers this time. Yep. There we go. We absolutely wiped them out. Nice. The double hit helped a lot. Okay. We'll do that 1 or 2 more times. How are we doing on munitions, by the way? Yeah, we are down to 40% ammo already. So, like, to repeat this process, we're going to have to go home and spend, like, 6 months building new missiles. But it's important that we take out this fleet, because if we can take out this fleet, yeah, we'll be in a good place. How is the ammo alpha doing, by the way? They're still loading ordnance back at Earth. And is Earth out of ordnance to give them, by chance? No, not quite. We could bring out some Mark IIs now that we've killed a lot of their fleet. Yeah, we might do that, actually. That's probably a good idea. Have I got any spare ammo ships? Yes. Some of these, and we could bring in some, you know what else we could do? We could bring, now that we've killed so many of them, we could bring, and their missiles are hence not very threatening, we could bring some anti-Dark Eldar anti-ship missiles close to 10 million and then blow them away with those. We could even bring a whole bunch of our as destroyer escorts. That's an interesting possibility. Let me bring some anti-Dark Eldar anti-ship missiles. Load ordnance. Go to Black Isle. Okay. Anyway, in the meantime, let's keep killing these guys. Yeah, because it's going to take another 2 volleys just to kill the Ankuza guys. Which is not what you want. When we have not that many volleys left in this fleet. 15 and 15. Yeah, I mean, this is quite we need better ways to finish people off, basically. 17 and 17. We need like some Maybe we just bring some older missiles as well. And we use them when we want to finish people off. 18, 19. 18. 19. This is also like a really big enemy fleet. I don't, you know, the normal ones you face are not this large, at least in my experience. 20, and you can shoot one of them. Okay. Reloading. Launch. Ceasefire. Missiles in the air. Go get them. Boom. A few target destroyed. Still a bunch of shield hits. Ah, right, but it's the first one did the shield hits, the second one did target destroyed. On the actual 5 that we shot there, we killed them all. Nice. Leaving only 4 Ancusa class ones. Now this one that's trying to run, what is that? It's the Anthus class. Okay. Don't let them run. Some of my longer range guys, give them a volley. And then I'll probably take out their engines if I had to bet. And then 21 and 21 and then 22 and 22 and then 23 and 23 and then 24 and 24. Nice. Now on these guys, target the other guys just 1 each because we have yet to properly feel them out. Asylum, you weren't on Asylum, were you? No, you were. Okay, Asylum 8 next 9, 9 next 10, 10 next 11, 11 next 12. You take 12, good. And then we're on to the last few. Okay. Open fire fleet. Reload for 10 whole minutes. They are moving away from us. Let's start closing with them. We are out of ammunition on some ships now. Ceasefire fleet. Missiles in the air. Closing with targets. Should still see some good kill numbers here. 19 were shot down. 4 targets killed. 1 not killed. The Elisima was not killed. Okay. Interesting. Auto target back on the remaining ones. And the next one. Did we get him? We did. We got him. Good. Only 5 enemy ships left. Let's not overkill. Clear all targets. Let's give 1 volley to each. Which are the ships that still have ammo? The Mark II-2s, of course. 1 volley to each should do it. And these are the longer range ships, so it's very easy to keep the targets on our radar. And then open fire all. 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 Waiting for the others. And we have launch. Ceasefire. Missiles in the air should be all we need. 9 shot down. 5 kills. Refresh. We now have some ships with 29% ammo, some with 19, some with 9, and quite a lot with 0. So, those of you with no ammo, detach, head home. Well, no, not home. Head to Lacus. Leaving Strike Force Alpha. I don't want to burn excess fuel. We're down to 48% fuel. Fleet. Stop showing me all these wrecks. Move on their capital. Okay. That's a lot of wrecks we just made. A lot indeed. Remember, we're not going below 33% fuel, so we might not even make it to the capital. But we still have some ammo, and I want to spend it. But I think that's... I mean, if we take a look at that intel... Look at this. Look at this here is a list of the last known locations for their ships. Destroyed, destroyed, destroyed. One alive. Destroyed, 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 destroyed. We took out easily half of the known ships. And remember, a bunch of these are going to be civilians. So we probably took out the vast majority of their actual fleets. New hostile contacts. How do I have that contact so far away? Ah, because of my thermal stuff. Right. Electromagnetic sensor signal of 172,000. Which means now if I go on here, I think we have a known... Yes, known EM contact strength. Some new Gibraltars were built. Good. Okay. Moving in. Hello, civilian ships. I think I'm not interested in shooting their civilian ships right now. I think I'm much more interested in trying to shoot their dockyards. So here we are in range. Let's get a bit closer. Yeah, like these guys just don't seem important. Okay, there we go. Got them well within range. Let's go a bit closer. There's their ground signatures. Okay, cease moving. Give me a large volley at their shipyards. Well, first off, just give me one ship shooting at their shipyards. Let's just see what that does. Because I'm curious. I've never shot a shipyard before. Clear all targets. Ceasefire. And we are out of munitions on that ship now. That ship is fully drained dry. As I recall, they had the capacity to shoot down quite a lot of missiles. I forget. Yeah, they shot them all down. Okay. New plan. Every single ship. Target the shipyards. Assign fleet. You guys also target the shipyards. Assign fleet. Everyone is targeting them. Open fire fleet. Some of you don't have munitions, I know this. But those that do, shoot. Invalid target. It's out of range. Aurora 4X can't shoot shipyards. Doesn't seem to immediately pop up a result. Maybe you can't shoot. Maybe you just can't shoot shipyards. All right. New plan. Target their surface-to-orbit weapons. Assign fleet. You target the surface-to-orbit ground forces. Assign fleet. Yeah. Just give them hell on the ground. Waiting, waiting. And invalid. Why? How so invalid? They're within range. Azazel 1. Ah! I've assigned the ones that are out of ammo, maybe. Azazel 1. No? I don't think I have. Ah, hang on. I see what I've done. I never refreshed my naval organization screen. Ceasefire fleet. I was trying to shoot them with the other fleet. Like the fleet that we'd sent away. Surface to orbit ground forces. Open fire fleet. Okay, here we go. That means I could shoot the shipyards actually. Yeah, let's shoot the shipyards. I think that's more valuable. Assign fleet. And these are all the same class, so it's automatically assigned them all correctly. Yes. Okay. Preparing, preparing, preparing. Give me a launch. There's the launch. All right, ceasefire fleet. So we have now used very nearly all of our ammunition. We have 4 ships that have remaining ammunition. Outsaw the missiles, all in perfect synchronicity. Boom. Nice. Slipways destroyed. We destroyed 2 slipways. They shot down 227 incoming missiles. So if I shoot again with 4, I expect them to shoot down none. But then we guess we could find out if they're going through because of speed or if they're going through because of volume. Still, destroying some slipways there. Pretty good. Let's retarget onto the surface to orbit ground forces, because that's how they're going to be shooting down our stuff. And then open fire. Yes. No, can't launch. That's okay. Those that can launch do launch. Okay, no, that's not going to work. So I'll just detach those that have no ammo. Refresh this. You guys, ship combat. Ceasefire fleet. Now the rest should still be able to fire. Yes, indeed they are. Open fire fleet. Waiting on a few to get the full volley. But yeah, with 4 ships, I suspect they might just shoot down all of this. We'll see. Oh, they're not shooting? Excuse me? You lads? Oh, they're targeted. Ah, they're reloading. That's interesting, actually. It might be... Boom. Launch across. Clear all targets. We now have, yeah, 1 volley left in 2 ships. But I suspect they'll shoot this whole thing down. So, ceasefire fleet. In they go. Let's see. Shot down some of them. They shot down all of them. Yeah, okay. So we need like a full volley, really, to really do some damage to them. Okay. So the one I split off should remerge into Strike Force Alpha. And Strike Force Alpha should just head on home. And by home, for now, I mean Lacal. And Lacus. Good. Did I burn their fuel too low? No, so we should be okay. Alright, off we go. We'll be back, foul aliens. We'll be back with more ammo. And we might need to come up with some kind of way to more efficiently finish off their ships. But anyway, I'm going to call it an episode there. Gosh, that's quite a long one. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a heck of an episode. Great progress. Next episode, we'll finish wiping them out on the ground. We're wiping them out in space, rather, because there will be some more of them flying around somewhere. And then we can focus on actually taking out their planet. And I'm looking forward to surveying their planet, because it might be... I think planets that spawn civilizations spawn, like, super rich on minerals. So we can yoink all of them, which will be great. But until then, thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Fare thee well.